I take immense pleasure in welcoming our last speaker for the day, Mr. Nagarjun Dwarkanath. He's not your usual news reporter. He's by qualification a commercial pilot who later went on to pursue journalism. He started his career as a journalist with CNN News 18 Delhi and Bangalore and has been with India Today as a special correspondent for the last 3 years. Mr. Nagarjun mainly covers politics and aviation. His special coverage includes Lok Sabha elections 2014 and 2019 and assembly elections in Karnataka, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh. It's an honor to have you with us, sir, and I invite you to take over.
Like the moderator was saying that I was supposed to be the first, but turned out to be last due to technical glitches. So it's good to be back in Christ University and speak to the students and speak to the faculty here. I am a special correspondent. Basically, I head the Karnataka Bureau for India Today. We are two reporters here, and what we cover is the general news. What you watch every day is what we cover. This is most likely what we do is political news and also civic and health. Right now, it's only COVID for the last 6 months that we are covering. I want to talk about mostly more than media literacy, about how journalistic literacy. You as a viewer forget that, but you as a journalist, I'm sure most of you would want to turn out to be journalists, on-field journalists. So what do you have to do? What are the weapons that you need to have? Before that, let me tell you what I went through. At Christ, I did study CEP, and I had no clue what to do after that. I just got into the class, and I didn't know what exactly did I want from this career, because I wasn't aiming to get into journalism. I was by chance got into journalism because I was in another profession before this. But the solid foundation, what the theories gave me, did help me later. So in Christ, mostly we learned about print and basics of broadcast, and I did my master's in broadcast journalism. That's where you pick the nuances. And during this, the internships are the most important for you to understand what is the field, what exactly happens, and that will give you a lot of experiences as a journalist. You need to be very, very aware of what exactly is going on around you. That is a bigger part than even theories that you learn. You have to be up to date with your news, is what I feel. Let me tell you what exactly happened through my broadcast journey. I knew that I didn't want to get into a 9 to 5 job, sit in one place and sit in front of a computer. I knew I wanted to speak to people. I knew I wanted to talk to people and travel, and that is why I chose this career. But then it's not hunky dory as well. You are, as a journalist, you are 24 hours by 7. You're on the job. There are so many instances that you have no personal life. I still remember the Bangalore 2013 or 2012 blast in Church Street. It was on December 30th or December 31st, just on the New Year's Eve, and all of us were busy partying at 10 o'clock or 9:30, and we get a call saying that there was a blast. And I called my camera person saying there is a blast. And I was an intern with CNN, IBN. I remember even then, even clearly now, it was IBN then. I called my camera person saying there's a blast. He was already partying, he couldn't hear it, and he's saying, yeah, I'm having a blast. And at the end of the day, so I'm saying how unpredictable the life is as a journalist. So you have no personal life, but the basic criteria to be a broadcast or a print journalist is to develop your sources. Sources are everything. Unless you don't prove that you're an asset to your company, there is not going to be a further chance to grow in the journalism field. Your sources are your everything. They're your family, they're your friends, they're everything to you. And how do you contact sources? Like Aarti was speaking about, for her job is as news agency, it's online. For us, on-field job, you have no other option unless to pick up a phone, go meet people, have a dinner, have a coffee, meet them. And when I came back to Bangalore, I was in Delhi before. I came back to Bangalore, I had no sources to develop, and it was very difficult even to talk to people. One thing was good for me is that I knew the language, I knew the local language, I knew the local location, I knew everything in and out of the city. So that did help me. What did I start off with? These are the small tricks that you have to learn as a journalist if you have to be on field. I started to go for a walk early in the morning. Wherever these politicians used to go, I used to start walking there. Parks in Sadashinagar, parks in Dollars Colony. Early in the morning, they go at 5:36. I know it was too early for me also to get up and go, but you have to do that. You have to take that extra effort. I started walking in Sadashinagar, and couple of days they say, look at you and smile. Then they realize that they've all seen you on TV. then you strike a conversation. That's how you start developing a rapport. And it takes at least 8 to 12 months to have the trust. Remember, a politician or anyone to give out secret information or classified information would not give it to you unless he trusts you. So that trust factor is very, very important. And you have to be the judge as to are they planting news through you, or are they genuinely giving you a critical information? So that judgmental comes only on the job. And also I work for a national news channel. So that judgment also is on field, on the job, that whatever he tells me or she tells me, is it even worth putting it on TV channels? So these are the journalistic literacies, what I say, that you have to be using on the job. Media literacy is about understanding critical information through different types of media and all that's the textbook definition. But what we might be interested in, journalistic literacy. How do you take this forward? How do you develop your sources? What is news for you? How do you judge? Is this a valid news? Is this credible news? Like imagine a small, today's Ganesh Chaturthi. I also cover South India. In the last few days, Tamil Nadu has been seeing fight between the ruling party and BJP about Ganesh festival, not to celebrate and to celebrate. Today, the Chief Minister tweeted a video of him celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi at home. And immediately we picked it up, we put it out on air, and we spoke to him, took his opinion. So you need to be very, very, very quick. This is a cutthroat job. You have no time to even relax. So I check my phone at least every 2 minutes, so that you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram. You don't know when things come out. Like Dhoni resigned on Instagram. Who did think about it? So whoever was in Instagram at that point of time saw the news first, broke the news first. So the office always wants you to be on the job. And another thing that I would ask you to develop is, if you're based out of Delhi, if you're based out of Mumbai, if you're based out of Bangalore, just don't occupy yourself in that city. Of course, keep a tab on other cities as well. That's like I said, you should be an asset to your company. You have to start picking the neighboring state language. Follow your daily news on the neighboring state language, because if something happens, they will move you there. So at the end of the day, they will think that instead of hiring someone, they can always move you there. That's how you start growing in an organization also. And your social media presence is very, very important. If you want to be a journalist, you need to be very active on social media. You need to keep tweeting the information that you break. People should know that it's your information, because there are thousands and lakhs of them. You will be just one among thousands if you don't prove yourself. So social media is a big weapon for you as well. And speaking of sources, so I was talking about how I go for walks in the morning. That used to be in the initial days. And later, how do you develop? If I have built a rapport with a person and now I need a critical information, he's not picking my phone call, and it's a breaking news situation. What do you do next? The driver or the gunman or anyone who's surrounding to him, the PA or his, in fact, family also, his son, his wife. But why will they give you information as to where is he, or pass the phone to him if they don't know, if you don't know them? So it's just being street smart at the end of the day. In this 8 to 12 months, when you start developing rapport with your sources, develop the secondary line or the secondary or the tertiary line sources as well. So a gunman of a politician will give you very, very crucial information as to what it is boss do, where is he. If he wants to pass on the information from you to the boss, he does that. So even you can't think it's below my job, it's below me to go speak to someone. Why would I speak to a gunman? Why do I speak to a driver? These are the ones who give you very critical information, which will be of very good use at some point of time. Like at least in my career, it's been a very, very use. Like there are at times where I can't reach someone, and that driver has saved me that news. I have broken that news because I could get through to the driver. And being a broadcast journalist on the field gives you a varied experience. One day, 2019, for example, Mr. Modi, Prime Minister, was in Bangalore. I was covering his election campaign, and he left. The next morning, there was some Sulabh Sauchalaya issue, and I'm there. So it's unpredictable. You'll be thinking, oh, I'm covering the Prime Minister today, and the next morning you're in public toilets covering some issue, civic issue in the public toilets. That gives the drive. If you are okay to see every day as a new day, I think you should come into broadcast journalism or print journalism and take this up. this drive of seeing new day as every day is the main reason that I am here. Every day you meet new people, you end up speaking to new things, you learn new things, you eat new food, you get to travel, and these are the things that has kept me going as well. And like in Christ, remember, we also learned about how to handle cameras and how to start talking as an anchor. One might think, what is the use of all this? I just want to be a reporter. I want to go on TV. I want to go on camera and speak. Why should I learn the essentials of how the camera works? On the job, you might never know what situation arises. I still remember me and Rajdeep Sardesai were shooting a sequence in Bangalore, and one of my camera persons had to leave immediately because his father was ill or one of the incidents. Then I went behind the camera, I started shooting, and immediately it didn't come to me, but later I realized what I learned in Christ, the basic handling of the camera did save the job. They didn't get it done, the job then. It would be a big embarrassment if I couldn't handle the camera and then no one would be there to do the show, and it was a live show and it had to go on air because the time was fixed. So never ignore whatever you're learning in college. It is of good use. Someday or other day, you will make use of it, is what I can say. There are several instances where people try to plant news also. You will have to be very critical as to, is this a plant? Is this genuine information? If you're in doubt, make sure you talk to 2 to 3 people and always be on the job. Never say, okay, this is my off day. This is my 9 to 6 is my job. Then don't be a journalist on field, because you will be at loss. Your company will be at loss. I remember at 3 o'clock in the morning also, I used to go out in the night and meet at least one police who's on night shift and see what crime is happening in the city. You need on-ground experience. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. Press releases and others keep coming. But if you want to break exclusive news, you need to be there 24/7. So that is my understanding of what journalistic literacy is about, how to make use of your sources, how to make use of news that you get. And this has been 6 to 7 years. In the last 6 to 7 years, I've worked. And do not take your internship very lightly. That is the time where you can, like I said, you can grow your sources tremendously, and you can have a mentor and a godfather in one of the channels as a journalist. So never let go of internship. Make the most of it. I think I've summed up whatever I had to say now.